Hello and welcome to the Zacharymouth TV Sportsman Series, and today we are racing at Texas Motor Speedway. The Cup race here was a little bit longer than what today's race is going to be, and it was won by Roach in the 18, who just made the ZSS playoffs. He led a lot of laps, putting him in that position then, and today we were racing here in the ZSS. 17 laps worth of points out there to be gained. I believe the playoffs start for this series it's actually a lot sooner than you may think. But race 18 is the last race of the regular season. So we have 5 races left in the regular season for the CSS. So not a lot of time to get those much needed playoff standings, but really going to start worrying about who's where when it comes to playoffs in these next few races. So, yeah, right now it's a good start for Eli the Wolf. He is just a little bit below the cut line. If he leads a few laps and get a good finish, I'm pretty sure I'll put him above the cut line a little bit. But that's interesting. And we got another guy who joined after season start, Tyler 19 from McCrone Motorsports in the starting second here. And our past two winners, and the only winners that have won after season start one of the past two races. That is Jacob Shangle, who won, I believe it was Daytona, and then Quadruped won last week at Old Spice, putting him pretty close to the cut line. So he's now in a good position. He's one of the only guys who joined in after season start to be in a really good position like that. So yeah, and behind him in terms of guys who joined after season start is Nathan McClure. He's pretty far back in standings. So yeah. Yeah, there's Zigzag, and he did pretty well week before last. And Quadruped won last week. We're going to go into his cockpit to do the starting of the engines. He's starting up pretty up front here today, so he could get above the cut line today as well. Don't count him out for sure. We'll let the engines start here in about 5 seconds.
Drivers, start your engines!
Jacob Shangle starting up here. He has been pretty consistent the last 3 races. If he finishes top 10 today, I think it'll be his 3rd in a row. Of course, started with that win a couple of weeks ago, and they try to keep the momentum going here today. Pardon me. About to go green. Pace car is going to pull in about right now. And green flag is in the air here at Texas Motor Speedway and the ZSS. Eli the Wolf early into the start. You see Michelo Guerrero there in the number 13. He has finished 14th or better in all 4 races he's done in this series, finishing 13th in 2 of those, in a few of those, and then 14th last week, which is actually his worst season. Tony 5811 in the 5 takes second. We haven't seen him had a lot of fantabulous runs this series period. Ran actually this week in the Cup Series for time. His team owner, his team let him throw a race. Melinda Jones decided to opt out last week at this week in the ZSS and the playoff decider at Darlington. He didn't do as well as he did when he raced part-time for Joy Paints back in last year, but getting some good stuff going. New team, new stuff, so he's getting that stuff going. So he's currently running second to Eli the Wolf, their standings up. And right behind him is the 64 of Jacob Shangle, who's been very consistent. That's interesting. And another thing I like to add, if Eli the Wolf leads every lap in this race, I think he could be contender for the points lead. If not, right now it's a battle between Sean Ard and Crocs Wireless. Crocs Wireless is inside the top 10, and Sean Ard not so much, but that battle's going to get a lot more tightened up. I thought last week if Sean Ard led all those laps, he would have been solidified at that point. but not so much now. Pardon me. But yeah, the Cup Series, Sammy Fox led almost all season, got his season championship for fairly quickly. So, and you know, it's richly a tighter run here. We're 5 races into the end of the regular season. Kind of hard to believe. Pretty short season, only 22 races. Next season's going to be a lot longer than that. We're around the line 30 to 36 races. So, I guess I wouldn't say a lot longer, but a little bit longer, a little more consistent, a lot more races, better effort put into it. So, yeah, he's currently running 8th in that 88 car, and yeah, he's definitely a championship favorite right now. He got a win at Bristol Dirt, and he's been pretty consistent. So, keep an eye on him. And then 28 of Kerman, and he's been consistent, or she's been consistent. Like I said, they've been running good, and they've been. I mean, not much really to be said. But they won a couple weeks, or more than a couple weeks ago. Oh yeah, because they won at Iowa a few races back, and have been pretty decently consistent all season long. Finished second at Bristol Dirt, and just been putting a solid season going, and hoping to return to the Cup Series after this season. And they've definitely proved they still have the skill. So cool to see them up here, and maybe they can get some good stuff going. Also near the cut line, inside the top 10, probably might break that barrier. Brandon Nelson racing for Jessica 14. She, I'm not 100% sure on her current abilities, but she ran part-time in the Cup Series for Reggie Fogelman, and had an injury at the Widowmaker, and may or may not be able to come back this season. But if not, Brandon Nelson's got that 4 car, and although not playoff eligible, if it is ran by him at the point of the playoffs, which is in 5 races, you know, pretty good season, pretty good run for him. Unfortunately, he missed the playoffs in the Cup Series, but has been a pretty good season for him in the Cup Series right now, so, despite not making the playoffs. Last week's winner, right up here in 11th, just short of the top 10. First, I'll get those numbers mixed up real easy. Quadruped, he's running up here 11th, and hoping to get some consistency going, get inside the playoff run. So yeah, a lot of guys near the cut line. It's going to be very interesting to see how that all works out. And Sean Harvey's been definitely consistent, but right now in 27th, I think Crocs Violet's just a step ahead of him today. So I don't know. We'll see how that all fizzles out when I do points on Tuesday. So yeah. Lap 10, Eli the Wolf has led 10 laps, so that is 50 points worth of laps led. Like I said, if he leads this entire race, I can put him inside the championship battle. I know in the CCS we didn't have the same guy lead all the race, but it looks like a little different here. We couldn't see that today. But yeah, Eli the Wolf pretty good. Looking for his first win in the series, leading most of these laps. Could definitely put himself in a good championship battle. Really got like 6 laps to go now. And most of the top 5 is unchanged. Everyone's pretty spread out at the moment. The last running car that's really worth any talking about is Marcus McCrone in 42nd. So yeah, 58-11 trying to get a run here on the 18. Every time he's tried, he hasn't really been able to execute. 18 car is pretty fast. Starting 58-11 won Sugar Rush last season. Didn't really make much noise in that. I believe it was after the playoffs had started, but I'm not 1,000% sure, so that's interesting. But second place finish for him today. Won't be back, considering he's not really having a great season so far. Jacob Schenkel, he's in a points hole right now, and these really consistent finishes he's been getting is like spectacular for him right now, as we were breaking these laps down pretty quick. But Jacob Schenkel and Quadruped right now the ones to watch in terms of guys joined after season starts, so that's interesting. Trackhouse Racing will have its 3rd win of the season if that 18 car wins here today, and I believe we'll take hold of the team lead for drivers with wins. Three-fourths of the cars on the team will have a win, except none of them have multiple wins yet. So that's another thing. The only driver this season to have multiple wins is James LaFish in the 35. And despite that, has not been consistent at all. It's just been doing poorly this season. He's running 32nd, so I don't think he's going to be a contender. He ran in the Cup Series last season and was inactive. He made the playoffs and showed some similar consistency here, but unfortunately, it's only in wins. So 2 laps to go here at Texas Motor Speedway. Eli the Wolf looking to lead them all. Then fastest lap right now go to quadruped, so that'd be interesting for sure. Jody 5011 trying to solidify a second place finish. He's had runs, but unfortunately has not been able to execute. Got way tight off that corner. Kello looking to finish 4th. Tyler 19 looking to finish 5th. Kello Gura, rather. 1 lap to go. Final corner, or final time around the backstretch. Eli the Wolf finish line is now in his sights as he will get Trackhouse's 3rd win of the season and his 1st in the ZSS. Congratulations to Eli the Wolf. Well, we'll see y'all guys next week. I didn't remember to look at the schedule before the race, so wherever it's at, you'll see when I pin the event up in Discord. So, see you then, and congratulations to Eli the Wolf, led all the laps and won the race.